Prime Minister waves Tiranga on Chenab Bridge. Valley's 140-year-old dream fulfilled. Tracks of Vikas across the valley. Prime Minister's thundering warning to Terroristan.
यहाँ के नौजवानों को सपने पूरा करने से कोई भी बाधा अगर रुकावट बनती है तो उस बाधा को पहले मोदी का सामना करना पड़ेगा।
Modi's Viksit Kashmir push. Top focus on 5 Live.
Very good evening. You're watching 5 Live with me, Suesha Sawant. We get to the top stories that have been the biggest talking point through the day. First, a quick check of the headlines. Prime Minister Modi's big warning to Pakistan and from Jammu and Kashmir says he will stand in the way of disruptions by Pakistan, who does not want peace in Jammu and Kashmir. Prime Minister asserted that Pakistan's bid to halt tourism in Jammu and Kashmir has been thwarted.
यहाँ के नौजवानों को सपने पूरा करने से कोई भी बाधा अगर रुकावट बनती है तो उस बाधा को पहले मोदी का सामना करना पड़ेगा।
Siddaramaiah government knew about RCB victory bash. Karnataka cricket body wrote to state government seeking permission on the 3rd of June. Cops denied permission, said conduct parade on Sunday. This is an India Today exclusive. Cops hunt down RCB bash event organizers. Cops arrest RCB marketing head Nikhil Sosale. Event management company DNA staffers all detained. Trump versus Musk. The gloves are off. Romance ends in insults and threats. Musk asserts will back impeachment against Trump. Claims Trump would have lost without him. Alleges Trump named in Epstein files. It's a big boost to Elon Musk's Starlink as India's telecom ministry grants license to the satellite internet service provider company to run commercial operations. And well, days after the Pahalgam massacre and India's strong retaliation with Operation Sindoor, Prime Minister Modi is in Jammu and Kashmir for the first time. In a strong message to the enemies of the country, Prime Minister waved Tiranga at the Chenab Bridge before inaugurating it. Modi also unveiled the Anji Bridge. These rail bridges will connect the valley with the rest of India. Chenab Bridge is the world's tallest railway arch, a marvel of engineering and a milestone in India's railway history. Prime Minister Modi lauded the project and he said that this project will attract a lot of tourists and Chenab Bridge will become the new tourist hub as it is taller than the Eiffel Tower. Modi praised the structure as not only an architectural triumph but also a powerful testament to India's growing capabilities in infrastructure and innovation. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also flagged off 2 Vande Bharat Express trains from Katra railway station that will boost the connectivity between India and the rest of the nation. Modi was also seen on board the train interacting with students.
चेनाब ब्रिज दुनिया का सबसे ऊंचा रेलवे आर्च ब्रिज है। लोग फ्रांस में, पेरिस में एफिल टावर देखने के लिए जाते हैं और ये ब्रिज एफिल टावर से भी बहुत ऊंचा है। नेक इरादा है, अपार पुरुषार्थ है साथियों, चिनाब ब्रिज हो या फिर अंजी ब्रिज, ये जम्मू की और कश्मीर की दोनों क्षेत्रों की समृद्धि का जरिया बनेंगे। जम्मू और कश्मीर की रेल कनेक्टिविटी दोनों क्षेत्रों के कारोबारियों के लिए नए अवसर बनाएगी। इससे यहां की इंडस्ट्री को गति मिलेगी। अब कश्मीर के सेब कम लागत में देश के बड़े बाजारों तक पहुंच पाएंगे और समय पर पहुंच पाएंगे। सूखे मेवे हो या पश्मीना शॉल, यहां का हस्तशिल्प अब आसानी से देश के किसी भी हिस्से तक पहुंच पाएगा।
And well, Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah lauded Prime Minister Modi for the infrastructure boost in the valley and reminded that the Chenab River project was started when he was in 8th class and is finally complete when he is 55 years of age. Listen in to what Omar Abdullah said and how Prime Minister Modi responded.
प्रोजेक्ट शुरू हुआ, मैं 8वीं क्लास का बच्चा था। आज मेरी उम्र 55 हो गई है, मेरे बच्चे भी कॉलेज पार कर गए हैं। अब जाके ये प्रोजेक्ट मुकम्मल हुआ और ये तब हुआ जबकि वाजपेयी साहब ने इसको प्रोजेक्ट ऑफ नेशनल इंपॉर्टेंस का दर्जा देके इसमें बजट में जो है प्रावधान करके ये प्रोजेक्ट आज मुकम्मल हुआ। इस प्रोजेक्ट से जम्मू कश्मीर को भरपूर फायदा होगा, लोगों का आना जाना रहेगा, टूरिज्म से इसको फायदा होगा, यहाँ के रहने वालों को फायदा होगा।
जम्मू कश्मीर की अनेक पीढ़ियां रेल कनेक्टिविटी का सपना देखते देखते गुजर गई। मैं कल सीएम उमर अब्दुल्ला जी का एक बयान देख रहा था और अभी भाषण में भी बताया। वो भी बोले थे कि जब वो 7वीं 8वीं में पढ़ते थे तब से इस प्रोजेक्ट को पूरा होने का इंतजार कर रहे थे। आज जम्मू कश्मीर के लाखों लोगों का सपना पूरा हुआ है और ये भी हकीकत है, जितने अच्छे काम है ना वो मेरे लिए ही बाकी रहे हैं।
And remember, it's been a 70-year-long wait for the inauguration that finally happened of this project that was much awaited. Let me take you through the significance of why the Chenab Bridge is so important. And not only does it boost connectivity when it comes to the Kashmir Valley, but it also holds immense surveillance, security and strategic importance. That is the iconic picture of when Prime Minister Narendra Modi waved the Indian flag while he walked at the Chenab Bridge. And remember, it is a symbol of sovereignty in Kashmir, which comes as a big boost to the people of Kashmir, because not only is it a connectivity boost, but it has strategic mobility in times of conflict. So by and large, the bridge has been built in a way that when it comes to surveillance, intelligence, terror operations, it has the tenacity to withhold and to be able to take on any sort of emergency. Now, it also shows Kashmir's prosperity and development, because like I said, that it connects Kashmir Valley to the entire country, and that certainly comes in as a big boost to its people, because by and large it will also promote tourism despite the terror threats. So you see, in terms of its engineering marvel, it is not just the first in India, but also the first in the world in terms of its height, in terms of its arch. It is built in a high security sensitive zone of Riyasi. So you can imagine the kind of infra push that the people of Jammu and Kashmir see. Let me cut across to Mir Farid, who has been reporting live throughout that the entire country witnessed the inauguration of the Chenab Bridge. Mir, of course, it has been a long, long wait, 70 years, but it is finally a reality for the people of Jammu and Kashmir. And like I said, it is not just a huge boost as far as connectivity is concerned, but holds extreme strategic and security significance. Take our viewers through those details.
Well, yes, absolutely. People here, the business community, locals, everyone is calling it as game changer, not without a reason. You have to understand the geographical location of Kashmir to see the importance or gauge the importance of this project. Kashmir is a valley and there are mountains on all sides. And while there is a surface link, the Jammu-Srinagar National Highway, but we know it is an erratic connection where some rain and you'll see landslides coming down, road getting closed, and that really had an impact on the airfares, which skyrocketed. It was a loot in the name of airfares, and this obviously was beyond the reach of the common man. So everyone here was praying for this project to get completed, and as I said, why they're calling it as a game changer? One, because it will ensure an all-weather reliable travel link for the people. To add to that, it won't cost them a lot. They will reach their locations, destinations in time. But more than that, if we talk of the economic aspect, this will ensure that the horticulture sector, which is the real backbone of the Kashmir's economy, it's a 10,000 crore business, and experts believe that with the train coming and with some other initiatives of the government, it can go. It has the potential of touching 40,000 crores. So imagine the kind of boost the train can bring in, and now the locals obviously are demanding that there should be a robust network of the railways. It should reach the nerve centers of business, horticulture, and there should be goods trains. And also importantly, this disconnect that we've seen where the people will have to get down in Katra and then board another train and go to Delhi. That's also something that, in fact, I raised with the MOS Railways, and he said that by December that will also not happen, and you will have a direct connect to Jammu and Delhi. So it is really something that was a dream for the people of Kashmir. And now the next project for the railways is to take this rail link to Ladakh, which is again going to be a very ambitious project. But now, since they have the confidence of completing the Kashmir rail project, they have the experience to go to Ladakh, and they're now confident that that also can be achieved. So now the next mission for the Modi government is Connect Ladakh, but huge day, a special day for the people of Kashmir, for its industry, for the tourism, although it has been derailed by the Pahalgam attack. But once it starts to come back on track, railways will play a very critical role in bringing more and more tourists to the Kashmir Valley. Then the Amarnath Yatra, which is scheduled in July. Again, pilgrims, devotees will be benefited by the rail link. So you talk anything, it will ensure that everyone will talk about the railways, its importance and how critical it is for the Kashmir Valley. So it's a huge day, and fittingly the Prime Minister really also elaborating on why this is critical. Talking of the Kashmiri Seb, the apple industry, which has suffered because of a lack of proper link to the other parts of the country, be it any other sector, everything has suffered from travel to business. So this is definitely a huge day for the Kashmir Valley. Back to you.
Indeed it is. I want to thank you for joining us on the broadcast. And well, Prime Minister Narendra Modi today flagged off the Vande Bharat Express from Katra to Srinagar, a key boost to regional connectivity. We are now getting you an exclusive ground report by my colleague Piyush Mishra on board the brand new train.
We are on board the first Vande Bharat train, which is now travelling from Katra to Srinagar, and any minute from now we will also be crossing the Chenab Railway Bridge. Yes, this is the Chenab Railway Bridge, which has now been constructed using various technologies. It is one arch bridge, and this is above 359 meter above the Chenab River, which is taller than Eiffel Tower. and also 5 times taller than Qutub Minar. This is the Chenab Railway Bridge, which is now above the Chenab River, which you can clearly see. The world's tallest bridge is the bridge on which we are right now traveling, and through this technological advanced engineering marvel Chenab River Bridge, we are now moving towards Srinagar, and you can see as to how this entire bridge is decked up with a tricolor. Every corner is now completely decorated. PM Narendra Modi inaugurated this bridge, and now slowly and gradually the Vande Bharat train is now crossing through the tallest railway bridge, Chenab Railway Bridge, which is considered as the engineering marvel. And you can also see the river, Chenab River, which is flowing right under this bridge. The majestic view can be clearly seen through this bridge, and now we are going to enter in the tunnel. There are around 30 tunnels in this entire rail network. This is a 272-kilometer long rail network which has more than 38 tunnels and a large number of bridges, and it also has 2 strategically and very important bridges named as Chenab Railway Bridge and Anjikhar Bridge. With video journalist Ankit Singh, I'm Piyush Mishra in Jammu and Kashmir for India Today. इस वक्त हम उसी वंदे भारत ट्रेन के कॉकपिट में मौजूद हैं जो कटरा से कश्मीर और कश्मीर से कटरा की तरफ सरपट दौड़ती हुई नजर आ रही है। तस्वीरों में देखिए ये अंजी ब्रिज है जिसके ऊपर से ये ट्रेन भागती हुई दौड़ती हुई नजर आ रही है और टनल्स के माध्यम से जो है अपने डेस्टिनेशन की तरफ जा रही है, और इसमें अलग अलग तरह की जो टेक्नोलॉजीज हैं उसका इस्तेमाल किया जा रहा है। इस पूरे 272 किलोमीटर रेल मार्ग पर 38 के आसपास टनल्स हैं और 900 से ज्यादा ब्रिज है, और अलग अलग इक्विपमेंट्स का इस्तेमाल करके, टेक्नोलॉजी का इस्तेमाल करके इस ट्रेन को सर पर जो है इस रेल मार्ग पर दौड़ाया जा रहा है जो जम्मू और कश्मीर को जोड़ रही है। वंदे भारत के कॉकपिट के अंदर से देख रहे हैं जहां ट्रेन सरपट दौड़ती हुई कश्मीर की तरफ बढ़ रही है, और धीरे धीरे यही ट्रेन जो है वंदे भारत कश्मीर से जम्मू की तरफ भी जाएगी। देखिए सुरक्षा के कैसे चाक चौबंद इंतजाम यहाँ पर किए गए, और टनल्स के अंदर एग्जिट रूट भी जो है बनाया गया है। अलग अलग टेक्नोलॉजीज का इस्तेमाल करके इस टनल को बनाया गया, और इस शीशे में देखिए कैसे विंडशील्ड जो है स्ट्रांग विंडशील्ड लगाए गए हैं ताकि बर्फबारी के समय भी यहाँ पर किसी तरह की कोई समस्या जो है पायलट्स और लोको पायलट्स को ना हो। और जो है ये 3 गुना ज्यादा मजबूत कॉकपिट जो है, कॉकपिट का जो शीशा है वो बनाया गया, और कॉकपिट से अब हम बाहर निकल रहे हैं, और बाहर निकलकर आप देखिए कैसे यहाँ पर जो यात्री हैं वो सुगम जर्नी का अनुभव कर रहे हैं। यहाँ पर सुरक्षा बलों का भी यहाँ पर तैनात किया गया है, और कई अलग अलग टेक्नोलॉजीज का इस्तेमाल करके एक अपग्रेडेड वर्जन वाली वंदे भारत ट्रेन अब तैयार है जो देशवासियों को प्रधानमंत्री ने समर्पित कर दी है। कैमरामैन अंकित सिंह के साथ में पीयूष मिश्रा, जम्मू एंड कश्मीर।
And well, during his first visit to Jammu and Kashmir after the Pahalgam terror attack, Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched a sharp attack on Pakistan. He accused Islamabad of targeting humanity and the spirit of Kashmiriyat in a desperate attempt to spark communal unrest and cripple Kashmir's livelihood. Here's more in this next report.
Vikas, valor and a warning. Prime Minister Narendra Modi delivered a sharp and clear message to India's enemy from the soil of Jammu and Kashmir. Prime Minister Modi called out Terroristan on its role in the monstrous Pahalgam attack, which aimed to hurt Jammu Kashmir's development.
हमारे पड़ोस का देश मानवता का विरोधी, मेलजोल का विरोधी, टूरिज्म का विरोधी, इतना ही नहीं, वो ऐसा देश है जो गरीब की रोजी रोटी का भी विरोधी है।
Holding Pakistan directly responsible for burning the bridges of peace, he warned that Pakistan wants to sow seeds of discontent and trigger riots.
पाकिस्तान ने पहलगाम में इंसानियत और कश्मीरियत दोनों पर वार किया। उसका इरादा भारत में दंगे कराने का था।
He lauded the people of Kashmir for rejecting Pakistan's agenda.
मेहनत कर लोगों की जम्मू कश्मीर का नौजवान अब आतंकवाद को मुंह तोड़ जवाब देने का मन बना चुका है। ये वो आतंकवाद है जिसने घाटी में स्कूल जलाए, और सिर्फ स्कूल यानी इमारत नहीं जलाई थी, दो पीढ़ी का भविष्य जला दिया था।
Prime Minister took the opportunity to warn Terroristan, lauding Indian forces for avenging Pahalgam through Operation Sindoor.
पाकिस्तानी फौज और आतंकियों ने कभी सोचा नहीं था कि भारत पाकिस्तान में सैकड़ों किलोमीटर अंदर जाकर के आतंकवादियों पर इस तरह वार करेगा। बरसों की मेहनत से उन्होंने आतंकी जो इमारतें बनाई थी वो कुछ ही मिनटों में खंडहर में बदल गई है।
Prime Minister Modi also pledged that he will fight all forces that seek to derail the vision of Viksit Kashmir.
जम्मू कश्मीर के आप सभी लोगों को और आप सबसे नरेंद्र मोदी का वायदा है, मैं यहां विकास को रुकने नहीं दूंगा। यहां के नौजवानों को सपने पूरा करने से कोई भी बाधा अगर रुकावट बनती है तो उस बाधा को पहले मोदी का सामना करना पड़ेगा।
With strong words and stronger resolve, the Prime Minister made it clear that India, under his leadership, will help transform Jammu and Kashmir from a valley of conflict into a cradle of opportunity. Bureau Report, India Today.
And well, on this very important day, when it marks the completion of 1 month to Operation Sindoor, Prime Minister Narendra Modi putting out that big message, not just to the adversary, but really to the entire country, of how Pakistan has been exporting terror to India. Let me also explain to you why this message is extremely important and how Prime Minister Narendra Modi said it, mincing no words, to Terroristan, to what they have been doing with regards to their nefarious design when it comes to Jammu and Kashmir. Now, the Chenab Bridge was unveiled, and remember, this has happened on this very important day that marks 1 month after the Pahalgam attack and Operation Sindoor that was launched. Now, certainly as a part of this huge infra push that speeds up troop movement in critical border zones, which, remember, has been a huge challenge for our forces, especially when it comes to emergency situations of terror attacks and how it is for our forces to get from point A to point B. It is a key asset for defense logistics in Jammu and Kashmir, especially given the topography, the terrain, and how we've been talking at multiple instances that such sort of an infra push becomes extremely critical for our forces. It hugely helps them. Now remember, this has been constructed in high security Riasi zone, and that is the very reason that it is extremely strategic as far as its significance is concerned when it comes to terror movement, when it comes to gathering intelligence, when it comes to security and strategic significance. Now, while it has been constructed here, it has been equipped with live surveillance on tunnels and tracks. So, primarily, this engineering marvel that is been built in a manner that it can withstand any sort of an emergency, any sort of a terror attack, if there is an explosion of any nature. This is built in a high seismic zone, and this is primarily to be able to endure any seismic shocks. So like you see that not just Is it the connectivity boost, but also when it comes to the movement of our forces, and even in terms of how it will protect when it comes to intelligence gathering? All of this that has been kept in mind while building this very, very strategic project.
It's a full-blown Trump-Musk meltdown. Nasty end to a big, beautiful bromance. Trump and Musk get personal in public fight. Trump-Musk dosti now a full-blown brawl. The big, beautiful breakup. Trump versus Musk. Top focus on India today.
Yes, it has all happened in just 24 hours as the Trump-Musk relationship has imploded. Once allies, now adversaries, the fallout that has gone nuclear, from tweets to Epstein, impeachment hints to economic shocks. It is an escalation that has stunned the entire world. We are getting you all the details in this next report.
The Trump versus Musk fight has turned into a full-blown war. It all started with the first public takedown of Musk by the US president.
He knew every aspect of this bill. He knew it better than almost anybody. And he never had a problem until right after he left. And if you saw the statements he made about me, which I'm sure you can get very easily, it's very fresh on tape, he said the most beautiful things about me. And he hasn't said bad about me personally, but I'm sure that'll be next.
The big beautiful bill that triggered a Musk meltdown got a strong reaction from the Tesla CEO. Musk declared on Twitter that he had never seen the bill. Trump hit back, calling Musk an ingrate billionaire and accused him of throwing a tantrum after losing electric vehicle subsidies.
I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot. He's not the first. People leave my administration and they love us. And then at some point they miss it so badly, and some of them embrace it and some of them actually become hostile. I don't know what it is. It's sort of Trump derangement syndrome, I guess they call it, but we have it with others too. They leave and they wake up in the morning and the glamour's gone, the whole world is different, and they become hostile. I don't know what it is. Someday you'll write a book about it and you'll let us know.
Elon Musk fired the next shot, saying Trump owed his 2020 win to him. He even put up a poll on his social media platform X, asking if he should float his own political party. Trump then escalated the feud, going on to declare on his Truth Social platform that he will be cutting subsidies given to Musk. That made the SpaceX founders say that he would begin decommissioning SpaceX's Dragon spacecraft. Dragon is the only US spacecraft capable of sending astronauts to the International Space Station. Then the bombshell, Musk vowing to support Trump's impeachment, calling the bill and Trump's conduct a betrayal of every principle he once pretended to stand for. The feud hit the roof when Musk accused Trump of suppressing the full Jeffrey Epstein files, saying that Trump himself was named in the sealed documents. The political fallout had financial consequences. Tesla stock plunged, erasing $153 billion in market value and wiping over $20 billion from Musk's net worth in hours. Two egos, one broken alliance, and a whole nation watching the fallout unfold in real time. Bureau Report, India Today.
And who had imagined that this is where Trump and Musk would land one day? But remember, this is not just a political fallout. It has had financial consequences for Elon Musk. A lot of money that he's lost out on. So let me take you through details of what the fall has been like for Elon Musk. These are the numbers that reports suggest. In December 2024, Elon Musk has lost about $486 billion. In January 2025, $420 billion. In February 2025, again, about $424 billion. In March 2025, $330 billion, and in April 2025, $310 billion. So all in all, from the period of December 2024 to April 2025, that is in about 5 months, Elon Musk is down by a minimum of more than $1,800 billion. Elon Musk, who is clearly not caring about the consequences because he is sure that he wants to hit out at Trump. And it is very visible in the way the tweets have turned out in the last 24 hours. That's an approximate loss, financial loss that Elon Musk now sees. But let me also take you through details of what has led to this breakup and what has the entire world seen in the last 24 hours. The very nature of the statements and the war of words that has broken out between Trump and Musk. So Trump went on to say that he is disappointed with Elon Musk, and Elon Musk had said that without me, Trump would have lost the US election. So he is holding himself responsible for how he was the one who provided that impetus for Trump's victory. Remember, this is only one exchange. On the other hand, Elon Musk has said that I never even saw the tax bill. Donald Trump has gone on to say that Elon knew every detail of the bill. So that is where the contradiction is coming, because Trump is claiming that Elon knew about it, but Elon has been very clear that he had never seen the tax bill. Now, Elon Musk has said such ingratitude because he is expecting that Donald Trump must be thankful to him for the fact that he is US president today, and he could have never cracked this victory without Elon Musk. But Donald Trump says not sure about future ties with Musk, because we've already seen the fact that Elon Musk has witnessed this hit when it comes to his business, when it comes to many of his projects, when it comes to a green signal that now sees an obstacle from the Trump government. Elon Musk has said that Trump is in the Epstein files, and that is the very reason that it has not been made public. But Donald Trump says, don't mind Musk turning against me. So while Donald Trump is saying that this is personal vendetta, Elon Musk has said that Donald Trump features in the Epstein files. Now remember, this is very critical in the United States because people have been asking that those files must be made public. Meanwhile, Elon Musk has said that SpaceX will decommission Dragon spacecraft immediately. However, Donald Trump has said that we will terminate Elon's subsidies and contracts. So where all and how far will this have an impact given the scale of businesses of Elon Musk? Elon Musk has said that such an obvious lie, so sad, but Donald Trump has said took away Elon's EV mandate, asked him to leave. So it is really an all-out war that has broken out between Donald Trump and Elon Musk. And who would imagine that this is where they'd land up one day? Watch this next report to see how it has all panned out.
It started as an unlikely alliance. The real estate giant turned president and the tech titan obsessed with Mars. But by 2017, Donald Trump and Elon Musk were not just allies, they were in lockstep. From energy policy to economic strategy, Musk stood by Trump. Even after public backlash, he sat on the president's business council, appearing more loyal than most Republican senators. The bromance went global. Musk, once an outsider, found himself on calls with world leaders, often dialed in from the Roosevelt room, meetings with India's Modi, France's Macron, and even Korea's envoys. When Trump could not show, Musk did. It wasn't just policy, it was personal. Lilex, Musk's toddler son, was even seen skipping through the West Wing with Donald Trump himself. Tweet after tweet, Musk gushed admiration for Trump. The bromance was public, passionate and powerful.
Well, I'm going to buy And I'm going to buy because, number one, it's a great product, as good as it gets. And number two, because this man has devoted his energy and his life to doing this. I think he's been treated very unfairly by a very small group of people. And I just want people to know that you can't be penalized for being a patriot. And he's a great patriot. And he's also done an incredible job with Tesla. And I mean, nobody else has a car company started up in the last 30 years that's been successful. I don't think so.
The tide has turned. The crack is wide open. From policy disputes to personal digs, their once powerful alliance turned into an open warfare. Contracts were pulled, accusations flew, and Musk's fortune evaporated by over $100 billion. The bromance has crumbled. No more tweets, no more handshakes. From Oval Office to open feud, the breakup is on the world stage. Bureau Report, India Today. And there was a time when Elon Musk and Donald Trump ruled the internet as an unlikely duo. But their bromance that has ended in a messy breakup, sparking a wildfire of memes. From Emperor Musk to WWE tag team drama, the internet is divided over who won this billionaire feud. Even Prime Minister Modi jokes are flying because when giants clash, global diplomacy might just be the answer. We get you more in this next report.
Once upon a time, two billionaires ruled the internet. But then things got messy and the bromance unceremoniously ended. Elon Musk and Donald Trump have broken up and the internet is already fighting for custody of the memes. One meme shows Musk as an emperor, cape swirling, ego intact. Another meme shows the duo as a WWE tag team gone rogue, captioned, "It's giving tag team breakup." The feud got so dramatic that some Indian netizens even joked that Prime Minister Narendra Modi should step in, because when the world's richest men fight, it clearly calls for global diplomacy. And then there's Musk mid-air at a Trump rally. Meme crowned with Elon's leap of faith, now a leap of regret. From royal edits to wrestling drama, airborne billionaires to ceasefire quips. This episode of Trump-Musk breakup had it all. Delusion, drama, and a deluge of dank memes. With Shikha Tiwari, Bureau Report, India Today.
And well, US President Donald Trump on Thursday for the first time said that he is very disappointed in Elon Musk. This comes within a week of Tesla CEO's exit from the government.
His name is Elon Musk. He saved free speech. He created so many different great things. Where is he? Come on up here, Elon. He created the first major American car company in generations, and his rocket company is the only reason we can now send American astronauts into space. Come here. Take over, Elon.
It began with mutual admiration and public alliance.
Fight, 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 fight.
I will create a government efficiency commission tasked with conducting a complete financial and performance audit of the entire federal government and making recommendations for drastic reforms. We need to do it. Can't go on the way we are now. And Elon, because he's not very busy, has agreed to head that task force.
Elon Musk, a tech billionaire and the richest man in the world, was enlisted by Donald Trump to head his government reform effort.
His name is Elon Musk. He saved free speech. He created So many different great things. Where is he? Come on up here, Elon. He created the first major American car company in generations, and his rocket company is the only reason we can now send American astronauts into space. Come here. Take over, Elon. Yes, take over.
Hi, everyone. As you can see, I'm not just MAGA, I'm dark MAGA. Well, first of all, I want to say what an honor it is to be here. And, you know, the true test of someone's character is how they behave under fire. And we had one president who couldn't climb a flight of stairs, and another who was fist pumping after getting shot. Fight, fight, fight!
Musk went from boardroom to politics, offering financial firepower, campaign showmanship, and political loyalty. He opened his money reserves, promising $1 million every day till elections to one of those who signed his online petition pledging support for the First and Second Amendments. Rallies, primetime appearances, even Thanksgiving with the Trumps. Musk became the unofficial face of Trump 2.0.
And I have created the brand new Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. Perhaps you've heard of it, perhaps. Which is headed by Elon Musk, who is in the gallery tonight.
Trump handed Musk sweeping powers under the DOGE, the specially created Department of Government Efficiency. He wielded the axe and a broom, quickly shedding government jobs and even closing entire departments, including the massive US aid, which had a budget of $22 billion in 2024.
But the USAID is really corrupt. I'll tell you, it's corrupt. It's incompetent, and it's really corrupt. And I can't imagine a judge saying, well, it may be corrupt, but you don't have the right. You got elected to look over the country and to, as we say, make America great again, but you don't have the right to go and look and see whether or not things are right that they're paying or that things are honest that they're paying.
But the political honeymoon didn't last. Backlash grew. Protesters branded Musk a fascist puppet. Tesla stock wobbled. There were also rumors of Musk in drugs, but Trump stood by Musk.
Were you aware of Elon Musk's regular drug use?
No, I wasn't. I think he's fantastic. I think Elon is a fantastic guy. And
are you troubled by these reports?
I'm not troubled by anything with Elon. I think he's fantastic. Did a great job. And, you know, DOGE continues. And by the time it's finished, we'll have numbers that'll knock your socks off. It's going to be, he did a fantastic job. And he didn't need it. He didn't need to do it. How do you replace it?
Do you feel final? Has it been finalized?
Easily replaced. He really is.
Things were, however, unraveling fast behind the closed doors. Then came the breaking point. Musk turned on a Trump-backed spending bill, publicly calling it a disgusting abomination, saying the bill would bankrupt America and negate the purpose of DOGE. Inside Trump world, aides saw the tweet's term as betrayal, and then came the final blow from Musk himself.
That this is not the end of DOGE, but really the beginning. My time as a special government employee necessarily had to end. It was a limited time thing. It's 134 days, I believe, which ends in a few days. So, so that you know, it comes with a time limit. But the DOGE team will only grow stronger over time. The DOGE influence will only grow stronger.
Elon Musk, once MAGA's Dark Knight, was now publicly calling out the Trump administration on the new spending bill. An alliance forged in populism, fractured by policy, power, and pride. Trump still praises him in public, but Musk, it seems, is done playing along. Bureau Report, Business Today TV.